Bolognese, or Bolognese. Oh, hey there, let's start by gathering our mise en place. And in this video, we're making a triple batch, but in the description, I'll put the single batch instructions and quantities. But I make it triple because if you're going to spend all day on something, why not have some extra? Am I right? Next, we're going to chop by hand 3 large cans of whole peeled tomatoes. We're not using canned crushed tomatoes because they contain a firming ingredient, and no matter how long you simmer them, they will never break down to the consistency we want. So we want ultra soft bits of tomato in our final sauce, not chunks that are still just hanging out. But make sure you also save all the juices because they're going right in the sauce too. Next up, we're gonna melt a stick of butter. Yes, I know, but this sauce is super rich and delicious and it's worth it. Also, if you want, you can use less butter right now and save at least 3 tablespoons for towards the end, right before you mix it with pasta. But now, we're going to slowly sweat the onion, carrot, and celery. You don't want to brown anything, just cook slowly and soften. 15 to 20 minutes. Next up is our meat. A total of 3 pounds. You want beef, pork, and veal, but for some reason, I cannot find ground veal for the life of me for the past few months. So I just did a 50-50 of beef and pork, and the end result, still fantastic. You can do 100% just ground beef, still delicious. And we're cooking until there's no more pink, breaking it up as we mix and stir. Next up, 3 cups of whole milk into the pot. And now everything gets slower. You want to slowly simmer this until the meat absorbs all the milk. You don't want to rush this because if you get too hot, the milk will curdle and ruin everything you have done. Set a timer, stir every 10 to 15 minutes, keep an eye on the temperature, and a little more in the beginning, pay more attention once the heat is right. Ideally, you want very little bubbles, but that takes forever. And don't worry about the butter hanging out the top. That will go down more and more at every step we go forward. A triple batch, this took about 55 minutes. And yes, you heard that right. Next up, add our white wine. Make sure it's a dry, not a sweet. 3 cups, right into the pot. Same as the milk. Simmer and stir, till the wine is incorporated and absorbed by the meat. This step took much longer. Over an hour and a half-ish. Before the wine was completely absorbed, all that was remaining was the butter just hanging out with the meat. Next up, we add our cut tomatoes and all of the juice. And with that, we're going to add some flavor boosters. 1 bay leaf, 2 garlic cloves, 1 medium, 1 small, a rind from a block of pecorino romano. Keep the add-in simple because traditionally a bolognese, is all about the flavor of the meat. The meat is the star. And if you think that's not enough to change the flavor, you're wrong. We are completely reducing all the liquid and all of the flavor will be intensified. And you don't want to be overwhelming, you want balance. And if you're spending all day on the sauce, you want it to be rich, complex, meaty. You don't want just garlic. If you want garlic, roast some garlic and make garlic bread. Moving on. Okay, so the fun continues. Slow and steady. Stirring frequently, set a timer. Don't be too busy today. Four hours later. Before we finish, we treat ourselves. So, why don't you toast some bread, grab one of those garlic cloves, spread it like butter, a little sauce on top, and taste it, for science. You gotta know if it's good or not. Don't feel bad. You spend all day making it, you gotta make sure it's good. And it's damn good. Next up, boil some salty water, and for the pasta, we're using the pasta you can get in the refrigerated section. Fettuccine, because we want thicker noodles to carry all of that sauce to your face hole. And don't be weird about the pasta. While yes, you have all day, and you could technically make fresh pasta, but the stuff in the fridge of your local grocer is actually really good and brings a little more life to the sauce compared to the normal dry stuff. Dry stuff works. This works a little better. Also, save some pasta water for the end, just in case, and when you strain, don't overstrain. You want some water to be still on the pasta, to help the sauce coat the pasta. It's finally time. Get some sauce into the pot, you boiled the water, add the pasta, a little more sauce, splash of the pasta water, toss it around to coat everything. Once all the noodles are coated, it's time to plate, or in this case, bowl. Make a nest using tongs and a big spoon. Just grab and spin. Let's go with a double nest. Add some sauce on top, grate some pecorino over the top, and you're ready to enjoy what you spent all day working on. Super rich, super flavorful. The meat is tender and delicious. It's well worth the wait and effort to make this. While I do love a very saucy plate of pasta, I like sauce with pasta, you know what I'm saying? But the pure flavor blast of meaty goodness is something I can and I will make all the time. And I cannot stress how good this is. Well, that's the end of this video, but as a bonus, later in this week, I will upload the full, unedited 7.5 hour version, and I added some lo-fi music to it, so you can relax and just watch sauce slowly get made. It's like a Yule log, but delicious, and not Christmassy, and chill. Does that make sense? So be sure to check that out, and I will see you all real soon.